With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back trackside once again, race fan, to tonight's super speedway action. High speeds, high banks here at Daytona International Super Speedway. You're watching the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series. Track temperature not going to be a factor tonight. Long race for these drivers, over 25 drivers in tonight's field for the PR Tacos Dallas Daytona 187. Coming at you right here from beautiful sunny Florida. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land? Race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave gonna bring you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, let's get a little bit of track information over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Qualifying already underway. Top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying belongs to Charles Northcutt, 50:43. The quick time here in qualifying. Just about 4 or 5 minutes remaining here in qualifying, so drivers are going to have to be on it. Going to have to lay down those quick times on lap number 1. I believe lap number 1 is going to be the fast time here as the sun slowly begins to set. We'll see some of the speeds increase throughout the night. 11 drivers now making 12 on top on the speed charts. Charles Northcutt still topping the speed charts with the 67. Machine looking beautiful here. And there it is. Andrew McConville going to go a tick faster down to the 100th. And look at this. Daniel Jensen going to jump up frantic action as there are 2 minutes remaining in qualifying. 20 drivers on the speed charts. Mike DeWalt gonna go top of the speed charts. 50:35 quick time here in qualifying. Mike DeWalt looking to hold on for another minute and a half. Start from the front of the field, but we all know what it is. Super speedway racing. It really doesn't matter where you start. You just got to keep yourself out of trouble. Be around at the end, and you can finish this thing off in victory lane with pretty tore up machine. Noticeable veteran not in the field here tonight. Dropping back to third in the point standings. Todd Gray not in the field here tonight. He's going to drop a little bit further, and things starting to tighten up as we reach race number 9 in the 14-week season. So Gray not at the track over the past 3 weeks. Taking a little bit of hit in the points. We'll get into some of that just a little bit later, but with 30 seconds remaining, 28 drivers on the speed charts. That's going to do it for qualifying. Snatching the pole position here tonight for the PR Taco Palace. Daytona 187, the 17 of Mike DeWalt will lead them to the green flag. And just like that, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, get things fired up and ready to go. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with your national anthem.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back high above the track from the turn 3 blimp here tonight. Going to catch some great aerial action for you. A lot of the drivers making their way through final pre-race inspection. So let's get a little closer to the action as we get set to fire things off here tonight for the PR Tacos Palace Daytona 187. The 404 of Dave Cage sporting the PR Tacos Palace and Margarita Bar sponsorship Will he be able to do him justice and get to victory lane? Possibly get himself a little bit of a little more of a discount on some margaritas or tacos. Looks like one driver still making their way through pre-race inspection. Tom Torrey in the 40 Toyota Camry will hit Toyota Supra. We apologize. Will hit the starting grid, and just like that, we're going to get ready to roll here tonight. Drivers set, drivers ready. Front of the field, pace car lights are out, waiting to get the command. Track is clear. Have race officials out there double checking the track, making sure everything's ready to roll for these drivers. Big shout out to our good friend out there, Donald Bennett, picking up the drone duties here tonight as we roll off of pit road. You hear the familiar sounds in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting a lineup for the PR Taco Palace Margarita Bar Daytona 187. Starting inside row number 1. Quick time in qualifying. Mike Walt will bring the field to the green flag. The 213, Somewhere.com, 38 just to his outside. Derek Moore, Jake is back in row 2. Row number 3, Dylan Schultz and Cody Schultz. How about the Schultz brothers making up the entire row number 3? Look for them to be a big factor here tonight. Matt Lobley and Christian Abate make up your top 10. Andrew McConville and Charles Northcutt back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight from Daytona International Super Speedway, Nicholas Wing and Nick Burlow. 404 of Dave Gage going to start inside of row number 8 with Matteo Giuliano just to his outside. Aiden Lund and Joe Wormter back in row 9. Row number 10 tonight, the 40 of Tom Torrey and Kyle Munson. Jeremy Scheer and John Timms back in row number 11. Row number 12, the 22 of Josh McCoy. The 91 of Patrick Coro. Michael Overstreet and Ed Hauck back in row 13. 41 of Margaret Bryant inside of row 14 with Carlos Ramos to his outside. Brian Tarnowski gonna round out the field here tonight. And that's going to do it as drivers get ready to roll here tonight from Daytona. Pace car down and away, music fades into the restart zone, and all the gas, green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Daytona International Super Speedway. We all know Super Speedway racing. We all know the give and take, the accordion effects that we're going to see throughout the course of tonight's race. Looks like the 60 Ford Mustang going to bail from the bottom of the racetrack, head up to the top, fourth car in lane. Looks like we've got a few drivers willing to head to the back of the field. There you can see Clark Janik heading to the rear of the field. Dave Gage going to join him in the back. 38 going to nose forward through the entry of 3 and 4, but here comes the one back on the bottom. Still side by side as we roll through the front stretch for the first time. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Bottom lane looks to be good, and with an official lap led here tonight. Back up a little bit if you can, trying to bring you some more of the action. A lot of drivers packed up right here. You can see already single file after about your top 10. things stretching out there. Looks like some drivers just willing to log some laps early here tonight. Long, long way to go. Squirrely at the front as well. You can see some of the bump drafting. A little hectic at the front. The 16 is going to back off. Derek Moore's going to give himself a little bit of room. The Nestle Quick number 6 of Dylan Schultz. They're going to move forward. 38 going to prevail and take over the race lead. New race leader from Daytona. Zach Miller going to take the lead. Drop to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, bit of a bump in. Looks like Moore. Whoa, up the track comes Moore. Up the track, right in front of traffic, back to the one. Bad everybody does well to go by. No issues, no problem, no harm, no foul. We stay green flag racing front of the field. And 213 Simware.com. Toyota Supra. Dalton J. Kennis going at it. Chevy in Ford. Back in row number 2. Field dominated at the front right now with those blue ovals. Fast forwards at the front of the field here. A lot of Chevys laying back in the back. This field up this pack. Just a handful of Toyotas sprinkled throughout the field. We go all the way back to 16th position to find Clark Jenikin as we are 3.5 laps into tonight's race. We'll drop the timing and scoring. It's going to be a little bit fluid here as we do have pack racing, so keep your mind last week's race winner from Mid-Ohio, showing what he's done inside of the top 10 to 45 of Christian Avanti, looking good in his Red Mist podcast. Ford Mustang outside lane. There you can see him battling with Nicholas Wing. That's going to be 8th and 9th on the speedway. So let me know out there in the chat. Let me know out there. There's anybody involved here tonight at the bar. I know sometimes when we have the pleasure of getting PR Tacos Palace and Margarita Bar to sponsor the race. So typically everybody watches it at the barn. Well, let's see if we've got any drinking games. If there is, give me what it is, and I'll see if I can help you guys out as well. Looks like Dave Gage doesn't really need help. Drop to the rear of the field, working his way back inside of a top 15 position, running 13th right now, right there with the 27 of Clark Jenikin. Both of those drivers drawn back at the same time. On the back stretch. Or maybe just wanting things to kind of settle in. And here they are, knocking on the door of being back inside of the top 10. Zach Miller holding it down on the bottom of the racetrack. Race leader pretty short. Side by side with the home center Mike DeWalt sitting in second. 25 of Jenkins is fast in qualifying, looking to back things up. With a good run here, Dennis will lead a lap. New race leader last time around. New race leader. Jake Ennis going to take a lap and put it in his back. But again, you can see already, that accordion effect that we speak of. Where the outside lane gains a little. Here comes the inside lane. Here comes the outside lane. It's just a seesaw back and forth battle. That's just part of super speedway. These guys can get a little bit of a draft and a bump and get themselves clear. We'll see how green flag pit stops affect the rest of tonight's event here from Daytona International Super Speedway. Round the corner through the front stretch, and here we go. Towards turn number 1, everybody chasing 38 on the bottom of the racetrack. Still side by side. What looked to be A calm start where drivers seem to go single file has begun to heat itself back up again. You can see just a handful of guys right here. In this field, still right here, looking at each other. What a night, what a race. But take a look here. Yeah, I mean, the field stretched out over 5 seconds. Don't get me wrong here, but no real big gaps, no real big pushes. There's about your biggest gap. Right there. A 1.5 second gap. Back to the Doug Argerbright, leading the third pack on the racetrack. So 3 distinct different packs here. And this looks to be the guys just trying to play it calm, play it cool, play it safe. Lap number 9 on the board will go up with Nick Burlow, the 88 U.S. Air Force machine. Looking for a good finish here tonight from Daytona. Well, everybody really looking for a good finish, let's be honest. So why else race? Meanwhile, front of the field still remains the same. Side by side, the 25 of Jake Innes and the 38 of Zach Miller. Trading laps, led back and forth, seesaw battle as we work our way off of turn number 2. Whoa, a little bit of a run up the track for the 25. Really opened up that middle. We're going to have to watch for drivers thinking, eyeballing, and peeking at a 3-wide situation. You don't really want to leave that middle open for too long. So as we continue side-by-side racing here from Daytona International Super Speedway, we're going to jump around the track just a little bit. I like to watch a handful of battles, a lot of great racing action here as Andrew Conville. The 69 machine holding it down on the high side. I believe that is the Automation Plus. Number 69 for right there running with Nicholas Wing, Nick Burlow, Derek Moore, Jeremy Shear in the mix. And right here, I think these are the drivers that aren't quite sure whether they want to be with this lead pack or not. You can see the Coca-Cola 87 of Mateo Giuliano out there on the high side, giving himself plenty of room to the drivers in front of him. Dave Gage not really wanting to close the distance on the back of the 15 of Jeremy Shear. The circle, your water, your way. Ford Mustang of Shear just kind of riding right there as well. Nowhere really for anybody to go. Unless you want to go 3-wide early here tonight. Daniel Jensen with a big move. How about the move for the 4? Ford's going to give a big push to the 25 as Ennis going to drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes a big run. Out of the number 4, Taylor made Ford Mustang Jensen trying to make the high side work to his advantage. We've seen passes from the high side. 16 Amsoil machine. Derek Moore dropped deep in the field. Here he is now battling just outside of your top 5 once again. A lot of comers and goers, big movers. We'll talk about some of that off the tonight's race, but here we are, 13 laps in, still green flag racing, still. Side by side as we work our way off of 2. Lots of great camera shots out here as well. Big shout out to each one of these teams and drivers, allowing the camera production crew to go on board and fix a few GoPro cameras here, bringing you some great on-board action throughout this entire field. Everybody running well here tonight. Looking back on the 6 of Dylan Schultz. The 88 of Nick Burrow down there on the bottom of the racetrack. 61 of Matt Lobley going to pull even with Schultz. Looks like a little bit of a check up here. So we go back to Kyle Munson, the 8 machine, a little deeper in the field. lot of great cameras, a lot of hours put in to try to fix as many clear vantage points without being too intrusive of the design and makeup and the aerodynamics of the car. So we do appreciate all the crew chiefs, drivers, and teams working with us throughout the course of the year to get things set up and ready to go for a great race here tonight under the lights at Daytona International Super Speedway. You're watching the PR Tacos Palace Daytona 187. Fast tracking at the front of the field, Jake Innes right there on the high side. The Red Mist podcast, number 25, has found his teammate. Careful what you wish for as well. You want to try to work with your teammate. In my experience as a driver, I don't nearly get behind the wheel as much as I used to or as much as I probably could nowadays. But the one thing that I was always worried about the most at super speedway races were my teammates. Because you have that bond, you have that trust, you think, I don't gotta worry about nothing. I got my teammate behind me, he's just gonna push me exactly the way I needed, exactly how I wanted. But you know, when you're the guy in the second car, that's my teammate. I know I can push him a little bit harder, he can handle it, and boom, big one. So we'll see how things work here at the front of the field for the Red Mist podcast duo between 5 and 45. Lined up on the high side, running second and third for the moment. Cody Schultz looking to work his way into the top 3 position. Second driver inside lane, Derek Moore, the Amsoil number 16. Looking for some positions on the high side as well. Fourth car in line. Got to go all the way back to 13th before we hit the second deficit, but look at the drivers lined up in the rear. A lot of guys begin to make their way to the bottom of the racetrack. There you can see them all starting to file in. Single file here, 18 laps in. The green flag stops be looming. Running on board here with the Ford Mustang climber, Joe Barker, Derek Horn, 16 machine. Talked about him moments ago. There's the 69. A McConnell just off in front of him. McConnell looking to have a real solid time here tonight. Just about quarter of the way through tonight's race. Speed rolling, green flag still here from Daytona. A lot of onboard camera shots, and again, we want to send a big shout out, thank you to each and every one of the drivers and crews. Look at all of these great cameras on board now of the 88 U.S. Air Force. Chevy Camaro transitioning back to Derek Moore and back outside of the car. We'll continue to watch a handful of these battles here tonight from Daytona. Nobody getting away from anybody on the track, and Jake Innes will take the race lead from the high side. His second victory of the year last week at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. As we spoke to him in victory lane, something we did indeed bring up is the differences between obvious differences. Road course racing and super speedway racing, obvious differences. But the commitment level, the concentration, it's kind of the same. You got to be on point lap after lap, every single moment. Same thing can be true at road courses. You got to really trust the braking, getting into the corners. You got to know exactly when to get back on the gas, what gears to be in. Super speedway racing, sure, you're in high gear the whole time, but you got to know exactly when to lift, when to roll, when to get back full throttle, how much room you got, how hard can you push, where you can from behind. So much going on Super speedway racing. It's hard to believe that everybody thinks it's just such a breeze and so easy, but making it look easy right now. Front of the field, the tag team duo out of the Red Mist Podcast stables, 25 and 45. Single file, bottom of the racetrack, starting to break away. Big run. 40-69, big push for the 16. They're going to leave out and shut the door. Oh, there he is. He's going to force his way in there. Going to put Savannah Land. Ford Mustang to the bottom of the racetrack. Squeeze right in. There.com Toyota Supra of Zach Miller. I don't want to say deep through the field. Deep enough. Lap 22 goes on the board, and we are indeed a third of the way through tonight's race. So look for pit road to be busy here. Very shortly. Drivers got it about 10 laps away from the halfway point. Things going quick here from Daytona tonight. All green flag laps here at the Margarita Bar. Daytona 187. Let's check on a handful of drivers. Front of the field, leading the way, showing them how it's done. Inside of that, number 25, Machine Jake Ennis. Gonna have a good lap and a good run here tonight, running very well. Andrew McConville right here, highlighting this driver, sitting in the final spot inside of the top 5. Great run here tonight, so for McConville. Let's check in with the PR Taco Palace in the Margarita Bar 4 for Dave Orlando's native son. Trying to run well here at the hometown track. Gage outside of the top 10, but in good company right behind him. Clark Janigan, Nicholas Spring lined up 13-3, 15. Great run for all of these guys. And let's check in on Orlando's. A little further back to the field, a little bit off pace, not a lot of draft help here for the 97. You see Tom Torrey just off in the distance. About a second and a half deficit, second and a half gap right here, so Ramos going to have to try to reel these guys in. It's a little bit of a look at around the track and where a few of the drivers are around here tonight. We'll highlight a few more as we work our way through the course of tonight's race. Back across the stripe, number 25 goes on the board. How about Joe Shear? He's making his way up through the field. Great run here for Jeremy Shear. Inside of the top 10, up these 11 positions from where he qualified. But wait a minute here, where did he come from? Shot out of a cannon, man. The Coca-Cola, 87 number Taylor. Highlighting some drivers. He made some big moves to get to the front. Giuliano going to take that race through the handful of laps now. And that's just kind of the night you want. That's just kind of the race you want here at Daytona or even Talladega. You can count Michigan, maybe even Chicago if you want Pocono. I throw in the mix as well. Just nights. Quiet. You just want to make your way up through the field, just slowly picking your way up through there, not being too aggressive, just letting the passes happen and the things come to you. And right here, benefiting from that mentality from the field behind the wheel of the Coca-Cola Camaro, Mateo Giuliano with another lap lane. As lap number 27 is now underway. our Taco Palace. Daytona 187 has not disappointed. What a night, what a run for the Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series drivers. If you haven't yet, show these drivers that love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy week in, week out with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So while you're here, while you're at it, join us in that push to 3K. Drop that thumbs up, and as always, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell over there to the right-hand side, getting notified anytime we go live here on Turn 3 Racing Network. Everybody else back at the headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. We were thinking about until we see green flag pit stops begin. We've seen a lot of drivers begin to migrate to the bottom lane. Just three remaining at the front of the field, willing to run the high side for now. So are those pit stops right around the corner? And if I'm a crew chief, I'm calling you to pit road here in the next, I'm going to say 3 to 4 minutes. Right around that exact halfway point, we know we can get to and from here. Let's go. Let's not take any chances. And while I'm at it, I'm going to have my spotter talk to at least the 2 in front and the 2 behind. I want to know, will they come to pit road with me? Will they work with me? If not, give me a little bit of room if you're behind, especially those 2 coming to pit road. Don't want to get run over from behind, coming to pit lane and into great run here, but a long single file train bottom of the racetrack that will signify green flag pit stops just around the corner here at Daytona International Super Speedway. You're watching with the owner Taco Palace Daytona 187. And we said they were getting ready to happen. Here it is, top 3 to pit road. Great job coming to pit road as well. Those 3 drivers get on the binders, get on the brakes, get down to speed. Keep on line, make sure they weren't caught behind the pit road. But with Savati in the car, all the pit lane. Drivers making their way out of turn 4. Morgan a dunk to feels like another 3. Gonna make their way. This time around, beginning to open things up. I'm not necessarily sure that's what you want to do. You don't want to get too far out there and give the guys behind you a big enough. Machine and Derek Moore really closing in on the back end on that 87. Down the back stretch as we turn number 3. Leaders going to make their way through 3 and 4. Head towards pit lane. Oh my goodness, things starting to get a little bit dicey coming to pit road on the brakes. By the pit road police just yet here tonight, so looks like nobody gonna have to serve a penalty just yet. This is gonna be your biggest group to pit road so far here tonight. 7 drivers to pit lane all at one time. Top 15 staying out on the track. Jeremy Shearer going to be the new race leader. He's going to benefit from the green flag pin cycle. And this is going to be a win. You're going to have to be on it for this pit stop. And here it is. Looks like most of the field going to come to pit road this time around. So moving and shaking hard on the binders is Burlow. We're going to keep our eye on that one. Burlow looked to be a little quick, locking the tires, coming just across the line. Carlos Ramos coming down pit. The backstretch, it looks like Ramos may be out of gas. Nursing it around Carlos Ramos. Oh, this is going to hurt. He is all alone. He is all alone out there on the track, and there you can see drivers lined up already. This is going to be a big setback, big time setback here for the 97 of Carlos Ramos. He's going to need a caution. Let's just put it plain and simple. He's going to need a caution. He's going to need some help to catch back up. He will lose a lap. Front of the field, let's go back to your racing or Jeremy Shearer as he's making his way around 1 and 2 on the apron. Here comes the drivers that have already made their green flag pit stop, working to the high side. The Red Mist Podcast Tag Team going to go right to the front. The 69 of McConville right there as well. So the first 3 drivers see their positions after the round of green flag pit stops. We'll work our way across the start-finish line with lap 35 on the board. Just 30 laps to go here from Daytona International Super Speedway. And we're hearing word, unfortunately, we're going to have to take a commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back, live from Daytona International Super Speedway. Impact Trackside has promised quick 15-second commercial break, and right as the caution flag flies. Caution flag will fly here on lap 36, first one of the night, and it looks like Kyle Munson may have been involved in this one. Let's see if we can check the replay. Let's see if we can get some footage of this one from the turn 3 drone cam. What brought out the caution? Oh, there it is. Big trouble for the 8 in the 99. Nicholas Wing caught up and involved in this one as well. Big time trouble. We'll take one more look. There it is. Just a bobble on the bottom, and the 8's going to come up, catch the 69. Or I apologize, not the 69. It's going to be the 99 of Nicholas Wing guy caught up and involved in this one. So just a little argument over space, and that is all it takes under caution for the first time just after the round of green flag pit stops. So I don't think we're going to be seeing anybody head to pit road anytime soon here. I think we're going to run this thing on out and run it all the way to the end. So as we're just past that halfway point, it's going to be a little bit easier for us here tonight. Let's run down your top 5 driver highlights and spotlights. Front of the field, the Red Mist Podcast, number 25 machine, and they're coming to pit road. Front of the field coming to pit road. This just got pretty interesting, really. I don't want to say I don't agree with the strategy here. But I mean, field, you only got 4 laps on your tires. 4 laps at a super speedway at that. I'm not quite so sure the tire wear is going to be a factor. Fuel, maybe not. Most drivers came to pit road right around lap 33, lap 36. So a handful of drivers definitely have the fuel to get to the end. Your top 4, the only ones that stayed out, they were on pit road back on lap 33. If you keep it right, clean and green, all the way to lap 35. So the drivers were definitely spending a lot of fuel. Calculations 33 and 33. Well, that's 66. They should have enough to get to the end. But with the caution here, they're able to save more fuel. Can cut the car off, can coast a little bit here and there. They can save enough fuel. So I would expect those top four to be in conservation mode as we speak, trying to build a little bit of a buffer. They're going to be out front, so they will suffer a little bit more fuel usage. But still, I like the track position. I mean, you're over halfway. We're going to get ready to go green flag racing next time around. I believe we're going to receive the one to go this time by from the boss man in the flag stand. Going to give the one finger wave, and our good buddy Travis Smith going to cut off those pace car lights and get ready to go back green flag racing. Next time by, lap 39 will go on the board. So less than 30 laps, right about the 26th lap mark remaining in tonight's PR Taco Palace and Margarita Bar Daytona 187. Things are going to get ramped up. Those gaps going to be a little tighter, the pushes a little harder, the moves a little quicker. So I mean, I don't think we've seen the last caution flag. I don't think this is going to be the one and only. I don't think it's going to be a one and done. I think we're going to find ourselves having a little bit of trouble, especially if we get about 10 to 15 laps of green flag racing action in. That's when the temperature will rise on the track. I can guarantee you that. But here we go. Your pole sitter starting just to the outside is 17 D1 Ford Mustang Mike DeWalt with a great night here tonight. Nicholas Burlow parlaying his way into the top spot. I think it's a great strategy call to stay out. How about the 61 Amanda Lobley? The Alltel Ford Mustang going to start inside of row number 2. And Tom Torrey just is outside. Avanti and Enos. Row number 3 with Convo and Schultz. Hutchinson and Shear round out the top 10 as we get set for our first and only restart here tonight. Pace car's gonna duck off, and we're gonna set the field on fire. Sold out, packed house on their feet, and green flag flies once again here from Daytona National Super. They're going to hand it into turn number 1. Here you go, coming right at you. Push their outside lane, kind of just falling apart. Drivers on that outside lane as we work our way back down the back stretch for the first time after the restart. Burlow leading, Lavallee right there. Botsy going to slide down the racetrack and into third. Team Wall going to drop down until fourth. Tom Torrey already abandoning that high side. He's going to run to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes some movement. He's been high side hustling all night long, but here it is at the end of tonight's race. And we've got Clark Janigan on a move. Dave Gage starting to poke his nose inside the top 10. Fourth car outside lane, and here it goes. Mass exodus from the bottom. Big move from Lobley to jump from second car. Inside lanes, take control on the high side. Big move off of turn 2, and here comes the push. Botsy on the back of the Ford Mustang Alltel machine, and Lobley will take that top spot away halfway down the back stretch. Top 2 on the outside lane clear with a drop to the bottom and turn 4. Lobley going to look to the bottom, leaving his help on the high side. I think that's going to be a big mistake. And he may have stayed up there on the high side. He's going to come back up to try to slow the momentum of the outside lane. We won't call it a block. It was a long ways away, a long way down. Trouble on the track. Do we see trouble on the track? No trouble on the track. Not quite sure when backs it out. We're going to keep rolling here. Green flag. Conditions here tight. So we got a little bit of a mix-up going on here. We're trying to get that fixed up and rectified through here. Big battle at the front of the field, though. Big wiggle on the bottom. Burlow, all sorts of action. And it looks like we've got some crazy things going on down here, so we're going to have to fix that for you. There you go. We're going to get it fixed up. No problem, no harm, no foul. The PR Tacos pass and Margarita Bar. Daytona 187 still underway. Only one caution flag here. Title, we are under 25 laps remaining. There you can see making his way off of pit road is Zach Miller, the man that started near the front of the field. Big time trouble. Started in second, down 25 positions, sitting off of the lead lap. One lap down deep in the field. 29 drivers took to the track here tonight. Still 28 out there on track with 24 left on the lead lap. Joe as the first driver, one lap down, ready to benefit from a lucky dog. Should we have some contact and chaos? The big one still out there somewhere. No real troubles for a lot of drivers. Contact between the 8 and the 99 brought out the caution for the first time here tonight, back on lap 35. And there it is. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that 61 really stick with the 45 on the high side and then chop that inside lane from Janikin. Looking for his second win of the season, the mentality number 27. Toyota Supra. Gonna poke the nose to the outside, but here comes a big run. Big run from the high side. Janikin way up the track. Up the track and across the nose of the tailor-made number 4. Janikin won at the high line. Wanted to run with that 404. Dave Gage, big push. Big push. Let's go on board. Let's get on board with Dave Gage. Big push on the back of Avanti. He's going to drop to the bottom of the racetrack. Now looking at a clear track out in front. There's his help. There's his bunny. There's the pal Janikin right behind him. Now running in second. Clean and clear your top 4. 21 laps to go. First time here tonight. Dave Gage front of the field. And you want to make your sponsors proud? That's how you do it right there. The PR Taco Palace. Margarita Bar 404 of Dave Gage, front of the field in tonight's PR Taco Palace. Daytona 187 making everybody happy here tonight. And I tell you what, if you're watching at the bar right now, one shot. We got to give the man one shot. Everybody in the bar right now, it's your call. He's led a lap front of the field. Everybody takes a shot. Can we get it? Can we get it? Yeah, no. We'll find out later. Back across the stripe, just 20 to go. Top 4 look to skate away, but here comes the run beginning to build on the high side. Cody Sharp for the ball. Side by side with the 45 of Abati. Abati trying to make one high. Number 4 of Daniel Jensen sitting in 5th. Big push down the back stretch. There's Nicholas Wing, the wounded warrior here tonight. Everybody going to make their way. Stays on the apron. Whoa, big wiggle and no. Jensen going to lose it. How did we? Wow, were we able? And looks like trouble. And there it is. More drivers going to have some issues. And you might as well call this the big one. Cody Schultz involved. Mike DeWalt involved. Was started with a big move in a big wiggle out of the front of the field. I believe it was It all started right here with Daniel Jensen. Let's go back. Let's see if we can't check out and see what happened here. What brought the caution flag out? There we see already the big wiggle there. A lot going on. We're going to check a few of the replays there. You can see the 4 and the 61 come together. Schultz up the track back across the nose of the 61. The 28 going to come flying through. He's barely going to miss anything. Cody Schultz, victim of circumstance. See the 5. He's going to get into the 16. 16 with some contact behind him as well. So here it is. Into the night, we told you things were going to get a little heated and ramped up. With just under 20 laps remaining here tonight, second caution flag will fly. And race fans, what do you think? We got one more? I think we got one more. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I'm going to be that dude. We're going to have a handful of drivers coming to pit road. Looks like Jensen, Moore, Tarnowski, Northcutt, DeWalt, Lobley, Schultz, Wormter, all to pit road. Handful of these guys with some damage. More than likely going to have to use that quick fix, the fast repair. Smooth overall the sheet metal and get ready to try to attack the track and work their way to the front from the back. Biggest benefit, though, let's talk about that. Lucky dog recipient, I believe that's going to go. It may go to Miller, I believe. Zach Miller may get the lucky dog out of this one. There it is, yes. Zach Miller going to get his lap back. Big moment here for that 38. Big moment. This may be a moment of the night. I know what you're thinking, Dave. I mean, he's got himself back on the lead lap. He's going to have to start tail into the field from the longest line into the longest line behind everybody. But it's going to be about 16, 15 laps remaining. That's more than enough time to make aggressive moves. Use the draft, use the runs. You know what? At this point in time, son, it's hammered out. And here he is racking up those laps led. I hope we get a chance to talk to this guy at the end of tonight's race with a podium finish. We'll see if we get to. For the moment, though, let's go on board. Let's look at the inside of this PR Taco Palace Margarita Bar, number 404 of Dave Gage. Has run well here tonight. Just a very solid, quiet evening. There you can hear him. He's saving a little bit of fuel as well. Just a nice, quiet, solid night. Him and the driver of the 27 Metallic Toyota Supra dropped to the bottom on lap number 1. Went to the rear of the field. Slowly but surely worked their way up just around outside of the top 10. Caution flag for the first time, Dave. Back at lap number 30. I believe it's going to be lap number 35. Yes, it is. Lap number 35 is when we see the first caution flag fly. And just from there, some good semi-aggressive moves from Gage and Janikin have got them in the positions they are in. Going to bring the field back to the green flag. Boss him in the flag stand, gave the 1 to go last time around, and here we are ready to roll once again halfway down the back stretch. We'll have 16 laps remaining when the Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series drivers take the green flag once again. And how about Munson, able to recover? You can see that number 8 machine. He's going to start 5th car outside lane. Great run for him. And how about this guy? We haven't really spoke much about the EA Big League. Number 7 of Ed Hauck, but a great night here tonight for Hauck. Up 15 positions from where he qualified. He is your biggest mover of the race so far. We'll keep an eye on him, but as the pace car ducks off, we're ready to roll. Let's go. Green flag racing once again on the gas, and green flag flies here from Daytona International Super Speedway. Drivers going to head across the line, and there it is. Top two going to play well with each other. Top two, single file, bottom of the racetrack, trying to fight off. Man, that is a beautiful sound. Big one to the outside. Here comes that tag team once again from the Red Mist Podcast Stables. There it is. Outside lane. Bonte and Enos working well with each other. 88 of Burlow trying to pick a line. Where's he going to go? How about Matteo Giuliano sitting in 6th? Tom Torrey with a great run. The 40 sitting in 7th right now. Burlow peeking at that middle. You can see that U.S. Air Force number 88 really take a look at possibly going 3-1. To the bottom, not going to make the move. Filling the spot on the inside. Here comes the 40 of Tom Torrey. A lot of guys single file in the back trying to make some moves. Is Zach Miller. He's going to pick up at least one position. Starts so far now sitting in 24th. Look for Miller to be a man on the move. Big run to the high side. Run fighting back on the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 4 and back through the tribal at the line. Race leader will be the 45 of Labonte. He will go back to the race lead outside lane with a bit of momentum, and we're going to drop back scoring back to the left-hand side. Your favorite driver here tonight. The ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series. Coming down to the nitty-gritty. Who's going to walk away and have a good old time in victory lane? And I don't know what it is about those teammates. They really have this drafting figured out right now. Jenikin and Gage, they've worked really well with each other. But that 45 and 25, they have absolutely been phenomenal at it here tonight. And again, a teammate could be the skies. We'll see how it goes as we continue to inch closer to the checkered flag here tonight. On the bottom, Jenikin gonna move Gage. Gage gonna go up to the top. He's gonna block the run from that outside lane. Driver's gonna bail. Back of the back. Shear in the middle. Jeremy Shear meeting sandwich right now. The 87 of Giuliano gonna drop. So here it is. We told you the action was gonna get bigger. Things were gonna happen in a hurry. Big move as Jenikin gonna lead that lap. The 27 goes to the point. That's gonna open up the inside lane for the first time here tonight. The 40 of Tom Torrey looks the lead. Talk about quiet, cool, calm here tonight on the track. That 40 of Torrey, just a solid evening. He started way outside of your top 10, outside of your top 15, all the way back in 18 spots from where he qualified, sitting in second for the moment. Tom Torrey looking to lead a lap, looking for his first checkered flag. With only 2 previous race winners, you're gonna assume we're gonna have a new race winner here tonight. The PR Taco Palace Daytona 187. We're down to about 25 miles, race fans. 10 laps to go. Whoa, big move, and a driver going to get shuffled. Driver shuffled out. Brian Charnowski going to go for a little bit of landscaping duties. He's going to finish that interview off and get the park from the 28 machine. Tory looking to lead the first laps of the night. Not going to get it just yet. Tom Tory hits the lap led here tonight on Daytona International Super Speedway. We said we had to talk about him, and here we've got to talk about him. Pin City, second row, inside lane. Ed Hauck, he has shown up on scene at the end of tonight's race. 10 laps remain. Here from Daytona. But give me the run back. Janik can get him back up to the 10. Just yet, and a big push on the bottom. A little bit of connection issues for that 91 of Patrick Coro. Sponsor number 91 gonna have a magic band moment. And you see him on the field now. This has got me moving around in my seat. I'm not even gonna lie. The seat's about to get thrown out, about to stand up for this one because less than 9 laps remain as we make our way down leading the first laps for his crew here tonight. Looking to secure his first win of the season. Just imagine the confidence. Imagine the Toyota Super out there and showing the way leading the field with a fellow Toyota driver to his outside. Things getting a little hot and heavy out there on the track. Let's go on board. All unfold from aboard the Red Miss Podcast number 45 machine sitting in 6th position. Christian Avanti has been here at the front of the field, battling 4 positions at the top all night long. We'll cross the line with just 7 to go. What a race, what a night here from Daytona International Super Speedway. Drivers going to make their way to turn number 3. Side by side through this field, just a handful of scramblers in the back. Man, oh man, I don't think you can ask for much more here. Field going to race their way off of 4 back across the stripe. Once again, Tom Tory continue to and Hauck. Big moment there for Hauck, almost out of shape, coming through the trial with the Sports big lead. Number 7 machine going to have to correct. Just look at how much these drivers are moving around through this pack. All through this back, everybody all over each other as oh, there's the big one at the front, trouble on the track, and oh my, we've got drivers up and around and over. Caution flag will fly as Arga Bright gonna go for a ride. Big mix-up, big mishap here. Oh my. A lot going on, a lot of action here to bring out our third caution of the night. Doug Argerbright going to be involved. Jake Ennis, Patrick Coro, Zach Miller, Mateo Giuliano, DeWalt, Overstreet, Hauck, Tory, Miller, all involved here tonight. Oh my goodness, let's take one more look back. Let's see what happened. Oh, and Ed Hauck comes flying back across the track. Oh, my goodness. There was absolute a ton of stuff going on. Let's see if we can go a little bit further back. Let's see if we can't find this one. There it is, 3 wide contact, Torrey into the 7. The 91's going to catch a piece. A lot of guys going to get caught up in this one. DeWalt also involved in this one, my goodness. Burlow, oh my gosh, how did Burlow make it through? There's so many involved in this one, so many nights are going to change just like that in the blink of an eye. Trouble on the track, back under caution once again for the 3rd time here tonight from Daytona International Super Speedway. In what looked like a chance for Torrey to put it into victory lane for the first time this season. It looks like all of those hopes have gone out of the window late in the race here tonight. It looks like a green-white checkered attempt here from Daytona International Super Speedway. So you better get on it. You better get your popcorn and get ready for some great laps here coming to the end of tonight's race. So we're going to take this opportunity and time to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with all your green flag action here from Daytona International Super Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Back trackside as field receives the 1 to go. We're ready to drop the hammer. Side by side through 1 and 2. Great camera work here by Mr. Bennett, bringing you some great action as these drivers make their way down the backstretch, heading over to our good buddy Muth in the booth that is manning our turn 3 and 4 drone cam here tonight. Gotta give a big shout out to guys that make things work and make everything look good. Big tip of the cap to each and every one of you as field gonna head to turn 3 and 4, and well, Roger must be trying to refuel that thing or something, not quite sure, flying a little bit late, but high above the track. Unofficial green-white checkered is the word we're hearing, so we still got 2 more attempts should we need them here tonight. But I think we may see this thing finish all out under green flag conditions. But I'm just a broadcaster, so what do I know? You have it already. Show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop that thumbs up as always. And here we go. Pace car out the way. Field gonna roll to the restart zone. Janigan engage, front row on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Daytona. Burlow gonna get on the gas quick and not allow that 404 to drop down. Gage gonna side draft a little, heading down into turn number 2. Clean start here as everybody chasing after a checkered flag here. It's stuck on the high side. He's gonna have to take it back the hard way. The U.S. Air Force 88 of Nick Burlow. Hot on the trail, popsicle sticks on his way. Here comes Joe Shear. Shear looking to the outside. He's going to run in line, though. He's going to give a big push to the back of that 404. Will we see the big moment here? 22 of McDowell, all sorts of out of shape. Third car inside lane. That's going to slow that roll. On the bottom of the racetrack, here comes Shear, looking for the back bumper of the 404 of Dave Gage. Janikin going to lead him to the line. Back through the triangle once again. Mentality 27 takes the white flag. Final lap here tonight to the PR Taco Palace. Daytona 187, and Burlow comes up just a little bit close. Side draft through the center of 1 and 2. Burlow looking for a way around, nowhere to go. Here comes big push from Shear from behind. Oh my gosh, out of shape on that front row, back side by side. Here comes a move by the 3. He's going to push the 22 out of line a little bit. Big move looking for the inside, now dropping to the bottom. Here comes 8 and 1. Love with a big run at a 4. Looking for position, but going nowhere. The stall out by the 3. Contact, and he'll walk away for it, but checkered flag flies. Clark Janikin will take the top spot in that mentality number 27 machine. So it took a course of 3 weeks to rack up 2 wins. Back in form is that 27 Toyota Super driver. Janikin gonna walk away with the top spot, but a great run by Nick Burlow, up 12 positions. Let's give this man credit where credit is due. Behind the wheel of that U.S. Air Force number 88 machine, Burlow with a great run here tonight and doing the sponsors proud. Behind the wheel of that 404 PR Taco Palace machine, led a handful of laps, had an opportunity at the end, but still going to walk away up 12 positions from where he qualified on the podium. Great run here tonight for Dave Gage. But let's watch the post-race celebrations right here. Fans in the stands on their feet, ready for a smoke show here at Daytona. Swagger race winner Clark Janikin gives everybody in the stands a photo opportunity. We're going to step away from the track, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside for post-race interviews here tonight. What a night under the lights here from Daytona International Super Speedway. Great finish. Late race caution sent us up with an unofficial green-white checkered attempt. What a run, what a night, and let's kick it off with a man that walked away with the final spot on the podium here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man behind the wheel of that PR Taco Palace machine, Dave. It's Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Dave. How are you?
Dave's not here, man.
Dave
No,
is Dave is here. I happen to be on the lowest step of the podium, but I am now here.
Well, man, gotta be proud of the run here tonight. You started things off on lap number one. You dropped to the bottom of the apron, went to the rear, worked your way back up, had a good move to grab the race lead there, and then at the end of tonight's race, man, what a restart for those final two laps.
Yeah, Clark and I kind of had a plan. If we qualified up front, we were going to stay up front and run, and then I just whiffed qualifying, so that put me back in the middle of the pack, and Clark was kind of back there with me. So we just dropped to the back and we let those guys race it out. The beginning of this race there was some great racing. The guys were pretty solid, ran a lot of good laps, and we just kind of hung back there saving fuel. It was going to be a close game. If this whole thing went green, it was going to be a fuel run thing, and we had worked it out, so we could have just did that one stop and made the race. But late race, we ended up with a bunch of cautions.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say typical speedway racing. You're going to have a caution here or there. It's almost inevitable. It's almost a given. But to walk into, I'm going to call it a hometown track for you.
That it is.
Sponsor of the race, sponsor of the car, walking away with the podium. You at least get a free drink or taco out of this.
Oh, we'll get tacos. Oh yeah, we'll get a taco for sure. My dog, he loves their tacos especially, and they love giving him tacos. So he's gonna get a free taco. I'll probably get a free taco, probably an attaboy and a high five or two. Thank gosh. But we're glad to have them on the car. They came on last season and they've stuck with us. And we're proud to run the Taco Mobile. I don't know if it makes everybody hungry. I slip a little bit of taco in the gas tank so they can smell it while we're burning fumes in front of them. But we'll see if that gives everybody the hunger for a taco.
Well, see, I want to start something if we can. Let's start a drinking game whenever you and your sponsor come on board. For every lap you lead, they gotta buy a shot. We'll see. We'll see who's going home sober and who's Ubering their way back to the condo. You know what I mean?
For sure. I tell you what, we have Mr. Cray who's out in the front in the lead a lot too. We have paint on his car now too for PRs. So if you see one of the two PR cars out there, and I know one of them likes to be out there, we're gonna have a bunch of drunk dudes, but a real happy bar owner.
Right. Hey, we're promoting. Didn't even know it, but nah, Dave. Always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. A great night here tonight, methodical and well thought out and executed. I want to say perfectly, but I mean, there's only one race winner, but still a great run for you. So before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the night, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back home?
Yeah, we got lots of them. Clark, of course, is on my team, and he ended up taking it. So my team did get the checkered flag. So it wasn't me, but it was TTB, and I'm proud of that. So that worked out honestly for me perfectly. We got somebody up there, two of us on the podium. So thank him for working with me the entire race so we could get up there. That was really really cool. Thanks to the guys in ASMR. They put on a good show tonight, especially the beginning of the race. What a fantastic job they've done. Dave, we're always going to thank you. You do a great show. There's a lot of people that love watching your show. So thank you. People in my camp, we're going to thank PR's Taco Palace. Knuckles down there. He's the one that started this with me, and proud to have him say we could run a paint. We have last year's third place season finisher, a replica of that car, down there at PR's Taco Palace. So if you end up down there, you ask them to show it to you. They'll be proud to show it to you. It's right over the bar. We're going to thank everybody in the family, of course. My parents, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here in more ways than one. They turned me into a beautiful person. I like to think, even though against popular opinion, but I think I'm an all right person, and they turned me into that. So thanks for them. Thanks for my wife putting up with us every weekend and week out, screaming and hollering and yelling at each other. And thank you to everybody else that joins us on the broadcast. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Thanks to the ASMR admins and final there. And thanks for good shows.
Well, Dave, again, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. And as always, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yeah, we're gonna sure try. We'll try to get up here again this season to see you. Thanks for having us up.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walked away in third here tonight. Dave Gage gonna make the bar a little happy. We'll see, and we'll catch up with the story and figure out how everybody celebrated the great podium finish here tonight by Dave. But that's going to move us right along the list. Let's talk to the man behind the wheel of that U.S. Air Force number 88 machine. Nick, it's Dave. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
Going pretty good. Great race, great finish for you. Up 12 positions from where you qualified, so you were able to make your way from what I'll call mid-pack here tonight up to the front. Once you got there, you kind of stayed there, so can't be too mad about the finish.
Oh, no, not at all. I'll take a second with a few laps led all day.
Well, Nick, we're going to talk a little bit about the rest of the season here. Looking over, and correct me if I'm wrong, it looks like you're outside of the top 12 in the points, but here tonight, another solid, consistent run for you. Do you think you can put together a string of good finishes, these top podium spots, and maybe break into a top 10 or go after a little bit more?
I hope so. I haven't really looked how many races are on the schedule. After missing 4 weeks, I kind of just put the season to the wayside, just not thinking I could point my way to a championship. So I'm just kind of just here to have fun, just optimizing whatever result I can get, and just trying to have some fun with it. If I get it in the top 10 or 8, I'd be thrilled, obviously. But isn't anything I'm expecting after missing 4 straight races. It's hard to do that when you miss 4 races in like a 12 or 16 race season, whatever we have. I'm not exactly sure, but it's at least a quarter of the season minimum.
Well, I mean, you are racking up those good, consistent finishes when you are here, so that's going to go a long way. Sure, a little bit behind the 8 ball with those 4 missing weeks, but I think you got to give yourself a little bit more credit. You're one of the guys we watch week in, week out, and that U.S. Air Force machine always seems to find a way to the front, no matter where we go. But here tonight, again, another great finish for you and the crew. So before we let you soak it in and celebrate your finish here tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, you as always. I'm still looking forward to watching the stream right after this, especially see how those red wrecks played out. I had some very close calls in there, so it's interesting to see that from your point of view for sure. And just a shout out to the league. It was relatively clean, especially up to the first green flag pit stop. So I appreciate the whole league for being fairly clean, but it is super speedway, so it's impossible to be completely clean. But I do appreciate it from all of them. And big shout out to Ed Hauck just for his amazing paint schemes as always, just throughout the whole field.
Well, Nick, you brought it back right to the forefront. We're going to mention this, and then we'll let you get over to sign some autographs and things of that nature. You mentioned how close some of those incidents were for you. And that final one, I don't know how you weren't in it. We do got a good vantage point of that from high above the track and the drone cam, so look out for that one. But, man, it had to been inches. I mean, less than a whole ruler. I can guarantee you that. It was super close from the way we seen it. So you were able to miss a big one there and walk away with a great finish. As always, Nick, stay safe. And until next time, keep it fast.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. The 88 U.S. Air Force, piloted by Nick Burlow, going to have a solid run here tonight. Finish up 12 positions from where he qualified in second. What a run here tonight for Burlow, and that's going to put us with only one guy to talk to back to victory lane for the second time here tonight. Him and teammate had a little bit of, I don't want to say games or showmanship here tonight, but Clark, how you feeling about win number 2?
Feeling good, man. That was fun. We always seem to have a thing for these plate tracks. We work really well together, me and Dave. Todd, when he's with us, fortunately, he just missed the race tonight. But we're really good here. We play our cards right. We sit, wait till the end, and we make the move when the time's right. We did it again tonight. All gloves were off there. Our team chat was dead silent for the last 3 laps, trying to see who would win it. But shout out Nick Burlow for pushing me. That was a fun battle at the end, man.
Well, it looked like there in those final few laps, we're going to talk about this one. In those final few laps, looked like you had a big push from Burlow, got you a little bit out of shape. And then right there, just following your moment, teammate Gage gets a big push from Shear. He almost gets loosened into you. Things could have changed drastically. Was it a white knuckle moment or how bad was that last little, we'll call it a oopsie?
Yeah, it's it's definitely nerve-wracking, and these things are just so light on exit of the corner, and all it takes is the tiniest tap. And credit to Burlow, he was pushing hard, but he didn't cross that line. He didn't wreck me, so he did a great job. And Shearer did a great job pushing Dave too. But it's a natural green-white checkered. We're going for it. Me and Dave both knew we were gonna get shoves from behind. I'm glad we both hung on, and I didn't take him out or he didn't take me out, because that would have been real awkward, especially after Texas 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the Monday meeting room, well, the Tuesday night meeting room may be a little differently if that had went down. But, fortunately enough, you don't have to have those talks. You don't have to have that kind of awkward silence in the team meeting. Fortunately enough, you guys can talk about what woulda, shoulda, coulda, and you get to say at the end of the day, I still beat you, Dave, so just hush.
Yeah, it was. It'll be a lot better this week. We're gonna have some fun.
Well, Clark, again, congratulations on your second win of the season. We hope the strings of great finishes continue on for you throughout the course of the rest of the season. So before we let you go, you know the deal, you know the drill. We're just going to hush, and the mic is yours.
Yeah, appreciate you broadcasting as always. All the guys that make this league go. TTB, unfortunately, there's only 2 of the 4 of us tonight. Our numbers are struggling, but we're still putting on a show. Man, really appreciate Dave. We had a blast working together. Wherever one of us was, the other one was right behind. We're pretty much a dynamic duo of plate tracks. Thank you to Burlow for pushing me to the win and not wrecking me. Mentality, PPM, Doug Denise, Red Sim Design, and all the guys who helped me race and make me enjoy this. I'm starting to enjoy it again. I'm getting the itch.
Well, again, Clark, always a pleasure to catch up with you at the end of these things. Celebrate the win well, and we'll see if we can't talk to you again at the end of next week's race. Until then, as always, stay safe and keep it fast.
Appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Victory Lane behind the wheel of the Mentality number 27 Toyota Supra. Clark Jenikin will take the top spot and walk away with a checkered flag here tonight. What a race, what a night under the lights here at Daytona. And as you hear producers hitting those buttons in the background, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away front of the field, checkered flag in hand for the ASMR Hauck Designs Xfinitty Series, PR Tacos Palace, Daytona 187. Clark Jenikin will park it in Victory Lane. The U.S. Air Force 88 of Nick Burlow comes home in second with the PR Taco Palace 404 of Dave Gage. Finishing out your podium drivers, Jeremy Shear returns to the top 5. Shear will finish in 4th. Great run by the 3 of Aiden Lund, who will round out your top 5. Kyle Munson back in 6th with Cody Schultz. Sliding home in 7th. 38 of Zach Miller will recover to 8th. Tom Torrey will finish back in 9th. Great run for the 45 Red Miss podcast machine of Christian Abati. He'll round out the top 10. 11th place here tonight from Daytona belongs to Josh McCoy. Back in 12th is John Timms. 13th place tonight to Charles Northcutt. Michael Overstreet right there in 14th. 15th belongs to Andrew McConville. Mateo Giuliano will finish in 16th. Patrick Coro back in 17th. Brian Tarnowski finishes out tonight's race back in 18th position. 19th on track, the Amsoil number 16 machine of Derek Moore. Your pole sitter here tonight, Mike DeWalt, going to have some late race problems in the 17. Will finish in 20th. 21st here tonight belongs to Daniel Jensen. Carlos Ramos right behind him in 22nd. Sliding home in 23rd will be Jake Innes. Doug Argabright involved in the big one. The 41 will finish in 24th. 25th belongs to Joe Wormter. Matt Lavalley back in 26th. 27th tonight to Dylan Schultz with Ed Howell. Finishing out the field here tonight with Nicholas Wing in the 99 machine. That's going to do it for us. We're going to roll up the cords and cut off the lights and getting ready for next week's racing action. So if you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love. Drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. From myself, David the Cave, and everybody else back at the headquarters, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.